Yala, land of the Guna. Nestling in the foothills of the Darien, this territory stretches for almost 200 kilometers along the Isthmus of Panama, composed of a wide strip of land and an archipelago of some 400 coral islands, home to many villages. To move between the islands, the Guna use 4 or 5 meter long canoes called ulus, cut from the trunk of a hardwood tree. Sailing the seas on these narrow boats is a real exercise in balance. The ulus have neither rudder nor centerboard. Their sails are a patchwork of fabrics held up by a sprit. I don't know how Leo manages to steer and stay on course. It's surprising how quickly it lists.
It's not easy at first. I've been sailing since I was a kid. My grandfather taught me all I know. The secret is to have perfect balance. When the wind is strong, you have to use your body as a balancing pole, keeping your oar like this. Then when there is a change of wind, you lift your oar out.
We head for El Tigre, a tiny island that's a 2-day sail away from the nearest road, where Leo lives with his wife and daughter. It is one of the 38 inhabited islands on the Guna archipelago. Isolated and protected by the ocean and mountains, the inhabitants of El Tigre have preserved the lifestyle and identity of their people. Like all new arrivals on the island, I have to go to greet the Saila, the traditional village chief.
Do it this way.
A long time ago, our ancestors lived in the mountains. Then, when the conquistadors arrived, they had to flee. They discovered the islands, but there was nothing to eat or drink. Bugadup, who created the world as it is, told them that they could settle here and that he would provide everything they need.
I'd like to know what the sea represents for you, and especially what it gives you.
The sea is very important to us. Each member of our community must have a canoe, a sail, nets, everything you need to go fishing. We love the sea. It's like a grandmother to us. So that's what we call it. She takes care of us and provides everything we need.
So for you, the sea is an earth mother. Does the sea have any other dimensions for you?
The sea belongs to the Guna. It was given to us by Bugadup, the one who created the world, because nature is ours, and we have to look after it. When we fish, if we bring back a good catch, we have to share it with the whole community. Nobody owns the sea. She is the wealth of all the Guna.
To go fishing, the inhabitants of El Tigre have only to open their door. Sheltered from the wind, between the island and the mainland, the warm waters of the lagoon are teeming with fish. Using just a nylon wire and a hook, food can be caught as long as you have the knack.
When the bait is at the bottom, the fish come along to eat. You listen, and you can sense it. 1, 2, 3, and you bring it up. This is a technique my grandfather taught me.
It's vibrating. Great. It's a nice one, too. It's small.
It has a beautiful color. In Guna, we call it yaladela. It's very nourishing. We have all kinds, big ones, small ones. This one is small because it lives in the reef. See the white part over there?
The white foam.
Yes, that's the coral reef.
Okay.
It's a barrier. It acts like a wall. The water swirls a lot here. It's a favorite spot for fishermen, with lots of fish, lobster, and octopus.
But the residents of El Tigre could not survive without the nearby mainland. Every day, braving the swamps, men, women, and children head for the mainland. This is where they draw fresh water, grow fruit and vegetables, hunt game, and cut wood. It's very different from the sea here. Much quieter. Everything is still. How do you know when the water becomes fresh?
I just taste it. It's still salty here. Upstream, it should be better.
It's still salty here?
Yes.
We enter a huge forest, which seems to quite literally drag us in. This is one of Central America's last primary forests. The Guna call it the Bonigana, the spirit sanctuary.
Oh, disculpe, te llamé. Esta planta nos protege.
This plant will protect us from evil spirits.
Yeah, okay.
Before entering the forest, you protect yourself against the spirits?
Yes, and everything you find in the forest, everything Mother Earth offers us, serves to protect us.
The people of El Tigre practice slash-and-burn agriculture. First, areas of forest are cleared, then burned to fertilize the soil. It's a form of subsistence farming that produces rice, bananas, yams, and especially cassava, which is a staple of the Guna diet.
We've reached the plantation. This is cassava. We need to dig at the root.
So each branch has a tuber.
Once you've removed everything, you replant the small pieces. And so forth. Everyone replants so that we don't end up without cassava. I don't take too much because it's only for me. Tomorrow other people from the village will come. That's why it's important to replant.
The Guna follow the cycles of nature. Plots are cultivated, then left fallow according to a set of very specific rules, which allow the forest to regenerate. So, are you a people of the sea or a people of the land?
We are land people, but we have learned to live with the sea. It is too dangerous to stay here all the time, with all the mosquitoes, bees, snakes, and crocodiles. That's why it's better to live on the island. But we must still return to the mainland, to Mother Earth, to gather food. Cassava, mangoes, coconuts. The nature around us is part of us. Life on the island is better, but the mainland is indispensable. God gave us all this.
El Tigre has long been an autarky, almost cut off from the world. The development of tourism and exchanges with neighboring Colombia have gradually transformed the daily life of the inhabitants. Traditional houses made from palm and bamboo are gradually being replaced by cinder block constructions. Electricity, telephone, and television have entered people's homes. Leo lives with his wife and daughter in a traditional hut with no water or electricity. Your daughter is almost the same age as mine. Did you build the whole house?
Life is simple here. If you want to build a house, you go to the village assembly and make a request. I built this one with friends. They helped me get everything. Then we built it in 2 or 3 days. It's all about unity, and it endures.
Walking around the village, I noticed that nothing is locked up.
The houses here are simple. They have no doors because in this community, everyone knows everyone else. Everyone is related, so there's no need for doors. I like it that way. Look, my kitchen has no walls.
Has that solidarity helped maintain this way of life through the centuries?
We have a very strong sense of solidarity here. I believe strongly in the passing on of a tradition. If every father teaches his children and gives them advice, they will grow up with it. That's how the tradition of my ancestors has been maintained.
Community life plays an important role in the everyday life of the Guna. It is governed by the Congreso, the village assembly. In the center are the Silas, sitting in their hammocks, singing poems in Yaka, a language only they understand. It is a moment of communion and meditation that unites the Guna around their stories and the spirits that protect them. Not until after nightfall are decisions on community life taken.